Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome on back to fWhiptwo for the commenter question of the day from episode 49 of the hardcore world. I know, yeah, we're really getting up there. Episode 50 world download and all that stuff will be available whenever I post the next episode on the main channel, and that'll be up for all of the members from the main channel there as well for the downloady stuff. That being said, I've got 3 comments here today. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't already and subscribe to fWhiptwo. A bunch more people seem to be slowly coming over here, so I really do appreciate it and glad to see everybody is really getting something back from these episodes and seems to be enjoying them, so definitely more to come. First question in here coming in from Renee Demers. Do you have any plans for armadillo farms or pens yet? I know you say Savanna is one of the more boring biomes, but what sort of color schemes do you like making there? I will 100% be making an armadillo sanctuary of sorts, hopefully slightly less deadly than the camel sanctuary I made, because that one didn't turn out too well. We'll see how they work when the next update releases before I dive into them too much. As I do purposely avoid all of the snapshots, and I do try to avoid the news update videos people are posting with every single snapshot of all the things coming, showing how they work and whatnot. Outside of maybe a quick read of the patch notes as they're released on the Minecraft website, as it really... I've been finding that watching those videos and reading into it too much really ruins the grand excitement for me of a new update. Playing in the snapshots really makes me feel like all of those new features are so normal and I've had them for so long. So when an update releases, I'm already thinking about what's next instead of enjoying the new things that we just officially got in the actual update, as I've had access to them for so many months through the snapshots. Side note here, I do think the way Minecraft does snapshots is really good because we can help like gear the game in a specific direction as it's moving forwards. But I also think that is one of the main things that causes a lot of the issues within the community, is a lot of people are talking about how Minecraft doesn't do enough for the updates. They don't do that much. These updates are too small. They're taking too long, blah, blah, blah. When's the next update coming? And I actually really do think a lot of that is because a lot of people are in there in the snapshots, and by the time the game actually releases, all of the redstone farms are already developed. Everything's already there. There's no need to explore. It's just all go, go, go and do, instead of experiencing it for the first time when the update actually releases. I found for myself, I've started doing this since the Caves and Cliffs update, of not watching or reading in too much about the snapshots and things and just waiting for them to be here to explore them myself. And the amount that I love this game went up drastically. And the amount that I knew I love the new updates also went up drastically. Anyways, that being said, back to the savannas. I do think the savanna is a pretty boring biome unless you can find some cool terrain that has a mix of the plateaus and the valleys in between them, as I find most savannas since the Caves and Cliff update seem to be one or the other, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I do have an idea in mind to transform the savanna into a bit more of like a highlands biome, as the warmer grass color I think could really fit in with it. Add some our path blocks mixed in there in big bunches, some dirt patches, some coarse dirt, maybe some rooted dirt in there, along with the warmer leaf colors that we get just by the biome coloring. You could create like a really cool early fall, late summer styled biome with some massive pine trees that I think would be really, really fun to try out. It's a full revamp of the biome, but I do think I would love to try that someday. I know that's very different to probably what you'd normally see in a savanna, but I don't think Minecraft biomes have to really stick inside of, you know, what they're destined to be. You can create whatever you want. I mean, look, I built a mountain over there on top of a plains biome. Second question coming in from CocoE 1164, I think. CocoE? I don't know. We'll find out. I think something you could add to your world could be a jail in your city or somewhere on an island, since that was something built back in the time, and I think it'd be a good idea that would help add a bit of realism to the world. Keep up the good work. Inside of the lore I've created for this world for myself, I see it as a bit of a utopia, but only like the good sides of a utopia, not the typical brushing things under the rug side of utopia. Outside of the pillagers patrolling throughout the world and the hostile mobs that spawn at night, from the Minecraftiness that is. But with this being the utopia, I tend to avoid building too many things that really lock in like a legal system or something showing that people in the world are doing bad things. Having jail in the world only has a purpose if it's being filled with people breaking the law or having a reason to be thrown in there, whatever that cause might be. If instead my little fantasy world has a society that's built around lifting people up and working together, there isn't really a need for one. I like to think of this world that it doesn't really have war. The castles are created more as a failsafe and a place for the rulers to live inside of and kind of deliberate everything that they need to. But all of the civilizations that I build are structured around a resource that they produce, which gives them a reason to trade peacefully with the other civilizations and work together to grow up the entire world. They all have a reason to exist, and none of them could really exist without the others in the capacity that they are right now. So who knows, I might add in a dungeon to a castle for fun like I did in season 2 of Hardcore, collecting a lot of hostile mobs down in there, if that's something where my inspiration is taking me at the time. But building a massive jail to me doesn't seem like it would be a great fit for how I want this world to be structured together. I'm definitely in it more for the happy vibes and creating an escape from the real world. I always say my builds are inspired by things instead of recreations of real things, as it allows me to build it up the way that I want to, instead of being stuck with some requirements that the real thing is based off of. So I want to also bring that into how the society of this world functions. But I mean, this is Minecraft and it's all made up, so who knows? I'm just a guy over here playing a little blocky game. Last question today coming in from Christopher's Timely. What if you took one of the projects you wanted to work on and make it into a stream project like you did the Giga Tree? Love your content, I've been following for a while. Your videos and pace at which you do them has really inspired me. Last January is actually the perfect example of this. You may remember an episode a while back where I built an entire custom biome as the first rendition of the custom biome here. I did the birch forest myself, but last January we actually came along and built up everything here in front of the big rock and the monument up there. All of this custom biome with the birch forest being extended out there, the little river system headed all the way down into the main river, everything in here was built live on stream last January. This was something I spent the entire month working on, streaming 3 days a week, and it's definitely something I'm planning to do again this January in a new part of this world, as it's really a bad time to be uploading videos for content creators. So I tend to take it a bit more as a relaxed month for myself, but I still want to be creating content for all of you, which means a big stream project to complete over the month I see as the best way to kind of tackle both things, as the end of the month I have a video ready to go that we can launch at the start of February. Now, that all being said, I do want to introduce some other stream projects that we can start working on a little bit before then. But I also do enjoy streaming and working on parts of the next video as a bit of a teaser for what is coming, and people can watch the video and see the entire 3-hour stream or so go by in about 2 minutes on the video, which helps also kind of put things into perspective for how much time I actually spend on these episodes. I do love doing terraforming projects on stream, as I can easily chat and place down blocks more so than an in-depth detailing steps of building a house or interior spaces, as I just get really overwhelmed and kind of really in the blocks and really have to be focusing on what I'm building and what's going to go where, as every little block placement matters there. When you're working on big terraforming projects, a lot of that is about molding the space, and so it's a lot of adding and taking away, and nothing has to be perfect, because you're going to be viewing it from really, really far away typically, or when you're up in it, it just has to look like Minecraft terrain a little bit better, so it's okay to kind of be Mr. Match on a lot of it. So I do think we'll plan to do a lot more big terraforming projects on stream, just to make this world feel a little bit extra special and extra unique. As this little biome in here really is one of my favorite parts of the world, this whole section, I really want to be expanding that soon. I think that'll be something coming in episode 50. I want to start finishing off the back of it. But this whole little strip through here, kind of dividing the world, I love. We have this section, and then we have the flower forest section over there, which definitely needs some more love. We got to expand upon that section a lot more and build a few more farmhouses and things out here. But that is all future steps coming. That's all I got time for today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like here on fWhiptwo. Subscribe also if you haven't, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.